One of the most important tackle items when you're pike fishing is your trace. Now, the new Fox Rage Predator traces are available in 4 different styles. You have a twin treble trace, a float trace, a quick change Paternoster trace, and a rotary helicopter up trace. Now, we'll start with the twin treble trace first, as this is the most standard across the board. The twin treble trace is available in 3 different sizes. You have a size 4, a size 6, and a size 8. All the traces are tied on the new 49 strand steel wire, which, as you can see here, makes it extremely supple. And not only that, kinking, it just doesn't happen. This stuff is brilliant. You'll get a lot more fish to a trace. No more getting a trace out, casting it out, catching a lively jack, only to wind it in and find your traces all kinked up and unusable again. This stuff is a complete game changer, and it really is perfect for any style of predator fishing. On the business end, we're using our new PowerPoint trebles. These feature an incredibly long, sharp point, as well as a large eye, and they're extremely strong. All our traces are made up using the extra strong versions, so they're perfect for pike fishing, but they're also, in the smaller sizes, fantastic for zander. All the treble hooks are actually fitted with one of the bright red bait fins. Now, that not only gives the pike an extra sight target to home in on, but it also means that when you're hooking dead baits on, especially in the root of the tail, you can put the bait fin, you can hook through the tail and then put the bait fin on afterwards, and that actually helps keep the bait on as well. All of them are finished off with sleeving all the way across the trebles to keep everything neat, and on the actual end, which connects to your quick change swivel, we have a size 7 diamond swivel. This is then finished off with a crimp sleeve over top, just to finish it all off. These are perfect for dead baiting, live baiting, fishing on a float, fishing on a ledger. They're basically your standard predator fishing trace. Another trace in the range is the float trace. Now, this simply is a single hook version of the twin treble trace. So ideal for smaller baits, or just purely when the fish are really wolfing down baits and you don't need the 2 trebles. This one's actually available in a size 2, a size 4, a size 6 and a size 8. Now, the size 8, for instance, this is one I really like for zander when I'm fishing really small baits, maybe like 2-inch, 3-inch pieces of roach, and just tail hooking them, and once again taking the bait flag off and putting that straight back on after I've hooked the roach on. Now, that's been a real winner for me when it comes to zander fishing, and to be honest with you, I've never found the need for using, with small baits at least, using a twin treble trace. So on to the next trace. We're now looking at the Paternoster quick change trace. Now, these are very similar to the twin treble traces, with one big difference: they're much shorter. These have only been designed to be fished with a rotary up trace. Now, paternostering baits is very popular, especially for live baits when you want to present them off the bottom, and as well as dead baits. It's another perfect method for presenting a bait well off the bottom, away from weed, on a big river where you've got a strong flow. The bait will flutter enticingly in the current well off the bottom. With the pike's vision looking directly upwards, that can work really well and definitely put some extra fish on the bank. But like I say, these are designed to be used with a rotary up trace. The problem is, with a small trace, the chances are if a pike comes in attack mode, it could actually bite straight past the wire and lead to a bite off, and leaving a trace in a pike isn't acceptable, as we all know, so we're trying to get around that. Once again, all the hooks, the new PowerPoint hooks, they're available. The Paternoster trace is actually available in size 4, 6 and 8. Once again, all the hooks come attached with bait flags, and on the back side of this we have a clip for attaching directly to the helicopter rotary up trace. This then has a large sleeve which can be pushed right across it, so when this is working in the water, there's no chance of its tangling, and the bait fish, whether it be alive or dead, can just completely rotate around and it works perfectly. So let's have a look at the helicopter rotary up trace. So this is the helicopter rotary up trace. As you can see, it's just a long length of 49 strand wire in 40 pound. And on the business end down here, you've got a large free swinging swivel just here, which is connected. And that is there to be connected directly to the trace which we were speaking about previously, the quick change Paternoster trace. Now, that simply connects on using the quick change link on the bottom of the trace. That clips onto the swivel, and then the large sleeve goes straight over that and keeps everything very neat and tidy, and more importantly, tangle proof. So then what you have here is the trace, which is a lot shorter than the actual up trace itself. So if a pike grabs it, there's no danger of it biting above the line and biting you off, and therefore you losing the trace and the fish. So this can be used either using a sunk float above the top swivel on the up trace, or you can just directly tie it. You can tie it straight on and just fish on a tight line, and the bait will just hang just in the water column like so. And like I've said already, that can be used with either a dead bait or a live bait. It's completely up to you how you want to fish it. So that's the 4 new traces from the Fox Rage Predator brand. They're available in shops now. Check them out.